Lights, camera, action.
So, hello everybody. Today I'm going to present the Paleolithic culture. Next. So, Paleolithic basically is the Stone Age, refers to the Stone Age, which dates back to about 150,000 years ago. So their men, they use the chip stone and some axes as their tools. And their main economic activity was to hunting and gathering the fruit, some plants and wild animals. And humans they began to produce some of the earliest work of arts, and they also engaged to some religious and spiritual behavior, such as the burial you can see here, and some ritual.
Hi, I'm Tracy. I'm going to talk about tools today. As we can, the Paleolithic, this word comes from Greek, means old stone. So lithic is stone. So we can, from this word, we can know that stone tools is a significant icon to identifying Paleolithic period. Why Paleolithic period is really important is that because they are the first human who started to use stone tools. And using tools is the thing that, like, human is animal, right? Human is also animal, but like distinguish human from normal animals that human can use tools. And Paleolithic, during the period of Paleolithic, they make stone tools by knapping it. Means you use a hammer stone, harder stone, to knap a softer stone. So it's like that. So there will be, when you're knapping it for like enough times, there will be a small stone apart. So that is the, so this is how the tools come from.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the arts. So art has always been something that is in mankind history, and you can see a lot of ancient art during the caveman age too, or around that age. So for example, this one is a cave painting in California, which dated back 2,000 years ago. It's about approximately 60 feet high, and usually the old cave paintings back in those days usually depicts just life stories. So it's pretty much like a diary, but mostly what we see in a lot of places is they tell stories about like huntings and how they're living, how they're catching animals, or so on. And the ancient people there's a theory that they are the first people to make what is now a modern day stencil. If you don't know what a stencil is when you cut out a shape of a picture or something, and you see the people spray paint it onto something. It's like symbols or whatever. So back in those days, those people I believe they use fruits for the pigment of their paint, or they mix some type of special pigment, and they just they chew it, and then they put their hand on the cave wall and just spit onto the wall, so it works kind of like spray paint. And this is another piece in India, dated back around 2,000 years ago too. So as you can see, like even though it's even though it's on the other side of the world, pretty much, but it still has the same style of like just depiction of life, just in a little bit different way. And this is another example of the art. It's more of more of a carving. This is Ask a Calendar. So as you can see how people back in the days they use art to retell stories rather than write it out. And I feel like this is a really cool thing.
Any questions? Let's close this down. So now, I asked you to write questions about cultural tools and arts that you hoped